A year ago, Nazir Afzal, the former chief prosecutor, was tasked by the London Fire Brigade following the suicide of a young firefighter to carry out an independent review of their culture. He said, as his report became public, "What I was hearing was testimony of people that were broken." Like so many previous reports, such as into the police, the NHS, and of course the government itself, the findings are similar. And it's important that Mr. Afzal said that these problems of racism, misogyny, bullying, and bigotry don't just exist in the London Fire Brigade. In speaking today about the report, he encouraged people to look at their own organization and themselves in the mirror before criticizing the Fire Brigade, because as he said, we see similar things happening in pretty much every organization, and their staff need the same support and protection the London Fire Brigade are introducing. We've just had Anti-Bullying Week, and there are conversations going on about misogyny all over the place. But Jackson Katz, in a TED Talk 9 years ago, looked at violence and misogyny and suggested ways to address this. My own sense is that things have become worse since then. Suicide rates are up, drug dependency is up, mental health issues are much increased, and bullying has yet even to be defined in law. I wonder whether we'll achieve this. All the time our parliament is based on a culture of bullying. But these things need to be addressed. Mr. Afzal spoke about a black firefighter who found a noose above his locker, of an Islamic man who had bacon smeared on his plate, and a deep-rooted resentment towards women. Pretty much every woman he interviewed, and he was talking about hundreds, complained of sexism and abuse by men who were actively trying to get them out of the organization, suggesting they weren't suitable. This kind of behavior will continue until it's properly challenged. The difficulty, well, one of the difficulties, is that it requires great courage to stand out from the crowd and call out bad behavior. And when you are working closely with colleagues, that can be incredibly intimidating. It's the no grassing syndrome. All the while that loyalty to colleagues is stronger than to the values of the organization, dysfunction will thrive. There are 21 recommendations in the report, and the Fire Brigade has accepted them all, so I hope this really makes a difference. For me, what is needed is a conversation around men. Men being called to take responsibility in a way that doesn't make them run away. Men being listened to and being given roots to grow up, because this behavior comes from the child. Bullying starts at school and early home life. At every level, this calls for courage. Courage of teachers to call it out. Courage of parents to listen and to face the difficulties of regulating their child's behavior. Courage of everyone in organizations to call out bad behavior and not to depend on reporting systems, which by their very nature rarely support the victim, however well-meaning and sophisticated they are. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is for men to step up, take responsibility for what we do and for our response to what we see. Many years ago, we used to live in communities, and the community cared for and regulated the behavior of its young. Today, we have lost this. So many families are broken and unsupported, and the damage to society and to those in any sort of minority is horrendous, with trauma, PTSD, and suicide the results. I have a meetup group. The link is in the comments. And I invite men to join and come and begin to dialogue with each other. Gather round, men, and let's talk. My name's Thom Dennis, and I'm the CEO of Serenity in Leadership. And I'll see you next time.